It's a grey old Tuesday morning. Yesterday was the first day of term and it felt like it went a lot quicker than it should have. I wasn't the only person who felt that. There was a couple of staff in my staff room who said, but the day just seems to have buzzed through. I had a couple of periods where I was trying to get some administration stuff done in between classes, and you never seem to have enough time for class prep and administration and all that sort of thing. Year 12 are finished with classes. Their exams start tomorrow on Wednesday. Apart from the head teacher admin trying to work out what days the hall or the library need to be available for the exams, because the exam timetable is set out to be the same across the whole state, there's only like one exam on at a time. Exam timetable goes for like 4 weeks. Yesterday all I had was year 11, who are technically now year 12. So for the timber class, that means they've got to start planning and researching their project. Construction, we start a brand new cluster tomorrow. That was one of the things that had to get organised and printed. They still have to complete the previous cluster, which they missed out on doing some of because I was off work with my surgery. We're a little bit behind, so we'll be trying to juggle 2 things at once for a while. The next cluster is about joinery. There's a lot in it, but it looks achievable. The kids get to work in groups. I've got to order a fair bit of resources for it, so I've got to figure out kind of how much we need, because I need a lot of framing timber and a lot of melamine, because they've got to build their own kitchen cabinet type thing, as well as a cubby house door frame and a door to go in it.
Forgot to bring the microphone in. So year 9, new term, we're going to start on a small upholstered stool. Just gave year 11 their new task. It's a pretty big task for prac. We've got to work out all the materials before I order it. We're still catching up on a previous one as well, which is the garden bed. Got to order that material. I'm just hoping we can get all the material we need because of restrictions and the ordering issues with COVID. Last year, I couldn't get framing timber because it was being reserved for builders, so schools couldn't get any. So that's why we're redoing all the little sawhorses in a smaller form. So hopefully we can get all this stuff, all materials, and catch up to where we need to be. Just finished with year 9. This was our 2-hour lesson. 2 hours is too long for these guys in the workshop. Usually it's great for seniors, but for juniors, they just can't seem to stay focused. I've got 2 students who finally finished their stools up. They've got to finish, but they're assembled. And the rest of the class, or most of the class, is now working on this job. And we've just started by doing 1 frame end. I've actually done videos on a different channel showing actually how to build this, because years ago I went overseas, so I made videos demonstrating how to do it so that the class could have that information with the teacher who was taking care of it. However, those videos are very dry. So we've got our little folio book that we use. Has all the plans in it. We start with just 1 end so that it's not too overwhelming, because they're doing mortise and tenon joints. We're going to use the domino joint for the other side. They just don't know that yet. Pleasant benefit from the computer network going down at school today. Everybody left early. Well, by early I mean I left work by 3:25 by the time we sort of packed up everything and left. You couldn't stay back on work because there was no computer access. Don't realise actually how much you rely on technology for a job that, when I started, it was a novelty. It was an absolute novelty. So the happy benefit is I've gotten home. The sun's still a fair way up. I thought, let's take the boys out. It's meant to be sunny tomorrow on Saturday, but apparently rain on Sunday, so I just thought, I'm not taking any chances. It's 5:30. We've still got at least an hour or so of sunlight. Get a little bit of exercise, some fresh air. Just enjoy some time with the boys. So we've been doing a bit of weed whacking, first time in months. Done the front yard, which involved the front yard and right up to the street. Started work in the backyard. You can see the grass was pretty long. So managed to get that top bit done. I got down that far, like got around here, got down that far and ran out of fuel, and that was my second fuel. This thing can be a little bit fussy. I did the front yard all in one tank. Started the backyard and it ran out, so I put more fuel in and it started up and I kept going. This time, filled up, started up, it won't keep going. My leg's not feeling too bad. Little stiff, maybe. The whippersnapper is telling me I need to take a break. It's 5 to 4, I've been going for almost 2 hours anyway, so. The weather's kind of held off. The chance of rain is like around 6 o'clock and it's 4. I keep forgetting to try out the exercise part of my Apple Watch, and so this time I started it as soon as we got out and started walking away from the truck. Of course I was just standing still waiting for the boys, then my watch started saying, "End your workout." Only been going for 6 minutes. Clouds in the background, especially those clouds heading that way. They're coming across, so there's a chance of rain. See those people in the background, just in the middle of the road or just the edge? 3 or 4 little dogs. And these two let out sort of one bark from the distance. I had to keep them easy, no barking as we walked closer. Sam was quiet. Batman was a little bit with constant reassurance. They stayed quiet. There's a little wide section on the road back there. No, it's around the corner. Boys were so good. I was expecting a little bark from them, and they would have done that in the past, Sam for sure, and Batman's been known for it. As soon as we got past, they lost all focus on them and just kept walking and just doing this. Proud dad moment.